Melissa is the owner and flow master of Vibe Yoga, which is a new studio in downtown Nashua. Watch her interview and then stick around after for her Yoga Flow and Meditation for Creativity program. When Melissa isn't teaching yoga, you can find her fine-tuning her rapping skills as seen on YouTube. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Melissa Coppola. I'm the owner of Vibe Yoga down here on Main Street in Nashua. I teach yoga, and I'm also really involved with different forms of art through rapping and music, as well as creating, crocheting, painting, doing beads, whatever crafts, whatever different crafts are available, I like to usually dabble in them. Yoga is very good for kind of taking this feeling of observing what you are feeling in your body, listening to your body, and then moving in a way that feels good in the body. So I see a lot of parallels between what I do with rapping and hip hop music and what I do in yoga. I feel like it's yoga is a way of listening to your body and then expressing yourself through movement, where hip hop is a way of listening and then expressing yourself through words and rapping. And so for people, if you're just looking to increase flexibility, so you have better mobility, if you're looking to de-stress and deal with anxiety, then yoga is very helpful. As you connect with the breath, you stay present, and it helps a lot of people with mindfulness and stress. As talking to the creative community, I think it helps a lot if you're having writer's block or you're having a creative block to kind of get into your body a little bit and be present so that you can be open to calming down, connecting with that breath, and letting your ideas come up and just finding inspiration through movement. I'm trained in mainly Vinyasa yoga, which is a yoga that connects your movement to breath. And so here at the studio, we offer different yoga flows where we're moving with our breath, anything from gentle yoga all the way to something that's really high energy. I also like to mix it with my love of hip hop music. And so we do a lot of, we do hip hop music yoga every week. Also work with a lot of different artists to do live music once a month as well, combining that love of music with yoga. And also using a little bit of the creativity to put together fun flows and kind of do things that maybe aren't always standard in other yoga classes. I've worked in corporate America for 17 years. Through that, I started rapping about 15 years ago as an outlet. Never took it too seriously, but recently, as I've been going through this a bit of personal growth and finding my own path, my own journey, recognizing that things like rapping and yoga are actually the things that really fulfill me and make me happy. And so the past few years, I've started focusing on the music a lot more, putting out an album. My rap name is Observa, so you can find me and follow me, and I talk a lot about my transition out of corporate America into this yoga path. Hip hop to me is all about listening to your truth and speaking your truth and giving a voice to people so that other people can understand what's really going on in different people's lives. And yoga for me is about moving in a way that your body needs. And so both hip hop and yoga for me are ways of listening to your truth and expressing your truth. I quit my job about a year ago and was planning on opening the studio in April, and obviously nothing has happened per plan, but in a way I think it's exactly how it was supposed to work out. We just opened in July. It's been awesome. The people who have shown up have been amazing. And it's just been so exciting to try to get this business off the ground at such an interesting time that we're all living through. I love being in the heart of downtown. If I'm in the studio, the door is open. You can always come by and say hi or ask any questions about yoga. Check out the space. You can find me on YouTube at Vibe Yoga 603. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, same thing, Vibe Yoga 603. And my website is vibeyoga603.com. I got the market on Vibe Yoga 603. Hi guys, it's Melissa from Vibe Yoga. I wanted to put together a short yoga flow and meditation focused on creativity. So this is for all you artists out there or anyone who's facing into a difficult problem where you need to do some creative thinking. If you're hitting a roadblock and you need to get through it, then this flow is going to help target the Sacral Chakra, our place of creativity and passion and joy. and then bring us into a meditation focused on being creative. So we'll start seated. This is a gentle yoga flow, so it's appropriate for all levels. Doesn't matter if you can touch your toes or if you've done yoga before. Again, I'm Melissa Coppola. I'm the owner of Vibe Yoga down on Main Street in Nashua, 182 Main Street. Let's start by connecting with that breath. Close your eyes and start to deepen your breath. If you're feeling like it's difficult to sit up, you can straighten out your legs, or you can put a pillow or a bolster under your hips to raise them up a little bit. Let's just start by lengthening the spine and slowing down the breath. Noticing if you're feeling tension in the body or if you have a lot of thoughts running through your head. Staying focused on that breath to be present. As you inhale, fill up the lungs, let that rib cage rise up, and then really today we're going to focus on filling up the stomach and the belly. And then as you exhale, letting that air out of the stomach and letting that rib cage settle down. See if you can slow down that breath and just take about 5 more breaths here, targeting all of those places where we tend to hold tension, our forehead, our jaw, our shoulders, our hips. Use those exhales to imagine that tension releasing. One more deep breath here. Maybe drawing to mind a problem that you're trying to get through, or a project that you're stuck on, or that you just want to find some inspiration on. And we're going to go ahead and come over to hands and knees. So you can come right over those crossed legs, or you can bring the legs around behind you. Bring the hands right below the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. We're going to start with our cat-cow motion here. So as you inhale, imagine a wave of motion starting at that tailbone. Let the tailbone come up, dropping the belly, opening through the chest. And as you exhale, drawing that belly button up, pushing away from the ground. So it's like there's a wave of motion traveling up the spine, right out through the top of the head. Exhale, pushing away from the ground. Inhale, letting that belly drop. So really just connecting this movement with the breath, starting to wake up the spine, the space between the shoulder blades, that lower back. And we're going to add some circles here. Inhaling, dropping the belly. This time as you exhale, curving over to the right, letting the hips come over to the side and coming all the way back through what we call child's pose. As you inhale, bringing those hips up to the left. So starting to target that sacral chakra. Let's take a couple more rotations here. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. One more time in this direction. We'll take it through center and take it the other way. Exhaling back to the left. Inhaling up to the right. So I'm curling through the spine as I come back. And as I come forward, I'm letting that belly drop and that heart come forward. One more time in this direction. Take it through center, exhale here. Plant those hands flat on the ground, right below the shoulders. We're going to curl our toes under, and as we exhale, pushing back into down dog. So really let the crease of the elbows come forward, getting strong through the shoulder blades. We're going to start by sinking back, getting length from our fingertips to our tailbone, letting that heart and head sink down, and then think about straightening through those legs. You can bend them as much as you need to. We're just starting to open up through the hamstrings here. So I'm really working on getting this long line from my fingertips to my tailbone, letting that heart sink back. And then you can pedal out those heels. Really just letting
the hamstrings start to open up. Think about the inner thighs rotating up and back, coming into this down dog. This is not an easy pose if you haven't done much yoga. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And at the bottom of this exhale, with no air in your stomach or lungs, we're going to slowly walk those feet to the front of the mat, coming into our Ragdoll Pose. So from here, we're keeping our feet hip distance apart, maybe even a little wider if that's comfortable for you. And we're letting our head hang below our heart, bend the knees as much as feels good. It might feel nice to interlace hands and opposite elbows and just sway a little side to side. Just take whatever movements feel good in the body. Yoga helps us prepare for meditation. It helps open up our hamstrings and hips so that we can sit more comfortably when we're meditating. This is a great posture for letting go. So if you have any negative talk in your head right now, any self-doubt, just think about dumping it out. You can even brush it off those arms, brush it out of your hair. Just let go of anything that's in your way from showing your creative side or your amazing true self. Just imagine dumping it out. Stop that negative chatter. On an inhale, bring your hands up to your legs, maybe on your shins, maybe even up to your thighs. We're trying to get straight through that spine. So I'm feeling a stretch all the way up my hamstrings into my glutes. And as I exhale, fold it all forward. This time, as you inhale, bend your knees slightly, straighten up through that spine, and then let those legs help lift you all the way up to standing, reaching up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Palms come forward, coming into your mountain pose. This pose of being present, of saying, I am here. Getting rid of any fear of expressing yourself and putting your ideas out there for the world to see. They're not doing anyone any good, waiting for perfection, keeping them in the head. I'm taking up space. I am worthy of being here and of sharing my ideas. Slow down your breath here. Sunburst with a side bend. Inhale those arms up overhead. As you exhale, we're going to lean to the right, getting long through the left side of the body. Inhale through center and exhale to the left. Inhale, opening into a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, dive forward, leading with that heart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let it fold forward. Bend the knees slightly, straighten through the spine, and inhale all the way back up to standing, reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, hands to heart. One more of those, inhaling arms up, adding that side bend. Exhaling to the right, maybe even stepping that left foot back, really stretching out the side of the body, challenging our balance just a little bit here. Inhale through center and exhale to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to straighten out through the spine. And this time we're going to bend our knees enough to bring our hands to the mat right next to those toes and step the left foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. You want to make sure the right knee is over the ankle. Push through that left heel. Start to open up through those hips. I'm going to let my left heel drop down parallel to the back of the mat. My right foot is staying forward and my knee is tracking over that left leg. Engaging my core, inhaling the arms up and open into warrior two. So this time, we're going to keep this right knee externally rotated, nice and open, tracking over the foot. I'm really grounding through the outer edge of the left foot, and then my arms are coming to a T. My shoulders are to the side of the mat. Warrior two, breathe here, keep breathing, opening up through those hips. And we're going to add a little bit of a warrior flow. So turning your right palm towards the ceiling, we're going to keep the legs where they are. Reach forward slightly and inhale the right arm up overhead, reversing your warrior. And then we're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee and extend the left arm long, extending the warrior. Straightening out through the right leg, reach both arms up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling dizzy, you can take your gaze forward or you can look up. Imagine getting some divine inspiration, bringing in whatever energy is above you. And we'll exhale right back into Warrior Two, bending back into that front knee. We're going to flow with our breath here. Right palm towards the ceiling, reversing the warrior as you inhale. Exhale, right elbow to right knee, extended warrior. Inhaling, reaching up through this to the ceiling, straightening out through that right leg, and exhale, Warrior Two. Let's go through this one more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, back to Warrior Two. Inhale, reverse. This time as you exhale, windmill those hands down around the left foot, come up on the right toes. Inhale your heart forward, bring your weight into that right foot, find your center of gravity, and exhale, big step forward with that left leg. If you have to take a couple steps, no problem, come to your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands to heart, taking it to the other side. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, dives it forward. Inhale, flat back. Hands come to that mat, and we're going to step the right leg back this time. Take your time to get this nice long stance. It's a nice wide stance in Warrior Two. Push through the right heel. Start to feel the openness on the front of that right hip, and then we're going to let that right heel drop down. Engage the core. Inhale those arms up and open into your Warrior Two. Hold it here. Connect with your breath. So this time the left knee is staying open, grounding through the outer edge of that right foot. Arms out at a T. Nice strong arms. Our strong, powerful warrior here. Keep breathing and we'll add that flow. Turning that left palm towards the ceiling, legs stay in Warrior Two, reach forward, inhale, reverse it, hold it here for a breath. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, let that right arm extend overhead. Inhale, straightening out through the left leg, reaching up towards the ceiling, breathe here. And exhale back to Warrior Two. We're going to flow with our breath. Inhale, reversing it, keeping those legs in the Warrior Two. Exhale, extending your warrior. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling, straightening out that left leg. And exhale, Warrior Two. One more time. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to extend. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. And exhale, Warrior Two. We'll reverse it one more time. Left arm comes up over the head, and then exhale, windmill those hands down, come up on the right toes. Bring your weight forward into that left foot, and exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Let the palms come forward. Bring your feet underneath your hips. Catch your breath in your mountain pose. Let the shoulders come away from the ears. Just notice how your body's feeling. Notice if you can feel your heartbeat. Slow down your breath. Inhale, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale to your flat back. Bring the hands next to the feet. Step the feet all the way to the back of the mat and push your hips back into your down dog. So again, long line from my fingers. They're nice and flat on the ground to my tailbone. Pushing those hips back, letting that heart and head sink between the arms, and then letting the hamstrings open up, bringing the heels towards the ground. As I inhale, my knees are coming to the mat, coming back down to my tabletop, and I'm going to sit back and swing those legs out in front of me. Coming into a cross-legged seat here. We're going to keep our right leg folded forward and take our left leg and bring it out to the side so that it's parallel to the side of the mat, and my right foot is on the inside of that left knee, that upper thigh here. So we're in a mermaid pose here. Sitting up nice and straight, as tall as you can. I tend to have to sink a little bit here because my hip isn't as loose. So depending on what angle you're at, just try to sit up straight. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So twisting away from the feet. Bring that left hand across to the right knee and use your right arm to keep you up nice and straight in this twist. Breathe here. Really send that breath deep into the belly. Use it to create space. And as you exhale, let all that air out, twisting a little bit deeper. And we'll inhale the arms back to center, keeping those legs where they are. We're going to hinge forward, coming into a fold over these legs. So you might be able to come down the center. You might angle out a little bit over that right knee. We're getting a big stretch in the right hip. Feel free to rest your head on your hands or to let everything sink down to the ground, just wherever you're comfortable here, breathing into that hip. And we'll gently walk those hands back up towards the body. We're going to take it to the other side. So fold in that left leg and then bring that right leg out to the side. Starting with the twist, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up and exhale, twist to the left. So this time the left hand is behind you, keeping you up nice and tall. And that right arm comes across to the left knee. Breathe here. Twisting is good for detoxifying the body. It restricts blood flow into those organs. So when you come out of your twist, the blood rushes through and helps to flush everything out. One more deep breath here. Keeping those legs where they are. Inhale the arms up. We're going to come into that forward fold, folding down the center or maybe over to the left. Feeling that nice stretch in the left hip and taking those deep breaths. Keep breathing. One more breath here. Start to walk your hands up towards the body. We're going to take that right leg and bring it forward, coming into our seat. Take any other movements you need to be comfortable as we settle into our meditation here. So if you need to bring the hips up a little bit, we're going to be here for 4 or 5 minutes. And we're going to focus on the sacral chakra, this space right below our belly button. This is our place of creativity. It's our place of pleasure and joy. So we're going to focus on that creative piece today. So you can bring your hands to that area right below your belly button, or you can just focus your breath there. And we're going to set an intention. Find a mantra that works for us today, thinking about where you want to be. So putting yourself in the future. Maybe you're working on a creative project, or maybe you are trying to solve a problem that you're stuck on. So coming up with a mantra, maybe I am creative. I create things that bring people joy. My project is a success. I come up with creative solutions. So just take a moment to find one of those mantras that works for you. If you can't decide on one, then just go with I am creative. And we're going to start by slowing down our breath again, counting your inhale, filling up the lungs and filling up that belly. And as you exhale, count that exhale. And see if you can lengthen that. So if that was a count of 3, let's say, can you lengthen it to 4? Inhaling for a count of 4. And exhaling for a count of 4. Knowing that things might come into your head as you meditate, and that's fine. See if you can let them pass through without attachment. And once you find the length of breath that you can maintain, settle in and try to continue breathing with that pace. So I'm going to stick with 4, inhaling for 4. And exhaling for 4. And the mantra I'm going to use today is, I create amazing things. So now as I'm breathing, every time I exhale, I'm going to say that mantra to myself. I create amazing things. So find your mantra, slow down your breath, and for the next couple of minutes, with every breath, repeat that mantra. If the mind starts to wander, just bring it back to your mantra. Focus the energy on that place of creativity right below the belly button. Let's take one more deep breath here. Let it out. And gently open your eyes, coming back into the space. Thank you for practicing with me today. The light and creativity and amazingness in me sees and honors the same in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing all the amazing things that you create. I'm right here in downtown Nashua, so if you ever walk by the studio and the door's open, come in, say hello, show me your art, or show me whatever you're working on. And I hope that this was helpful to inspire you to go forward and do great things. Take care.
Thank you for joining our virtual Art Week. City Arts Nashua appreciates the support of our sponsors and you, our viewers. Please continue to support our local artists and our musicians and theater groups. For more information on arts in Nashua, please visit cityartsnashua.org.